and welcome to
And Another Thing,
the podcast where we are contributing to but not adding value in any way to the conversation. My name is Muireann O'Connell.
and I'm Emma Doran.
And you know what, Emma? You look absolutely lovely today.
You look sexy.
What are you talking about? Penny's on. Oh my God, Penny's on.
The boots.
Oh my God, Penny's on. Oh my God. You look like, oh my God. You look like you got an awful lot of sleep.
You're doing the compliment thing. I'm so slow. Yeah, get it.
Oh, you genuinely thought I was...
Yeah, I did. Look at me laughing at
I love the way that my compliments can come off as genuine.
Yeah.
I do love giving an old compliment. It's a lovely thing, but I think it's been talked about down through the ages. Mm-hmm. We're not good at taking the old compliments. We don't like taking the compliments.
It's really hard, isn't it? When you get a compliment, what's your default setting? Are you able to say thanks so much and just move on with the conversation? No, you can't.
No, because it depends. You know, when you get a compliment off someone that you're like, oh my God, and you feel like you've won an Olympic gold medal.
Yes.
Because it's the person that you think is the most stylish, the most sound, and you're like, oh my God. And it sits in your brain rent-free for at least a year. But when they give you that compliment, you're like, oh my God, I look like a burnt tire that's just finished at a bonfire. No, I'm not. I'm terrible. But it's awful, isn't it, sitting there?
Yeah, it's bad. See, so I did the dismissive thing. When someone say, oh, you look lovely or whatever, I'm like, oh my God, I'm like a bag of shit. Stop. And then I did the thing when someone gave me a compliment, I tried to move past that and I would have to give people all the details on it. So, you know, the way if they said, your hair is nice, or, say if they said your hair is nice, then I'd have to tell the person my whole hair journey and how I grew out with fringe and who I go to now. And they were literally just passing,
they just quickly
said
just
saying
something.
hello, and I'm feeling like I have to tell them all the details about it. Now I've moved to a new thing where if somebody gives me a compliment, I don't know if this is working for me. I'll test it. Okay, I'll test it, right? Somebody gives me a compliment.
Yeah.
And what I've done recently is I'll just start rubbing my nipples and say, tell me more. Keep going. And then I'm like, that's probably a bit too much. That's probably stage Emma. Do you know what I mean?
Stage Emma and real Emma.
Yeah, that's not Centra getting a breakfast roll.
The fact that you're starting to blur the lines is slightly worrying.
Yeah.
But for a second there, I thought you were going to say, I'm just trying to accept it recently. And then I was like, oh my God, everyone's going to be going around saying, oh, that Emma Doran's up herself, isn't she?
No, don't accept it.
You can't accept it.
No.
So you want to go the other way and just take the absolute piss out of it.
Yeah. Start fingering myself. Tell me what, I love you. Because there is a science behind it, isn't there? That when people give you compliments, you get a little rush of endorphins or whatever. Look at me. Didn't do biology for the leaving. But there is something behind it. So is it, this is what I want to know. Do you ever give compliments as a tactical social move?
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to. Like when you're in that big circle and you don't know who you're going to pair off with to have a conversation and you're feeling a bit alone and you just go, oh my God, I love your runners. Then you're in there. It started a conversation, right?
Yes.
So we have to do that. And if that person's like, oh my God, no, these runners are terrible, or whatever you need to do.
Yes.
Because it's always...
Or they're new or whatever. Yeah.
Then you've kind of started.
Yeah.
I think for women, hair is a good one. Because when someone doesn't want to accept it, because I would automatically flip the hair, show all the grey hairs, and then flip it over to be like, and there's there's psoriasis, and do you know how I'm getting rid of that? And then you're in a whole thing.
Yes.
So it leads to...
You're exchanging information, you're divulging, you're sharing.
Yeah. Because
you're bonding.
You want to be... in your head, you're like, oh my God, I wish this was a real compliment and I am like J-Lo. But you want J-Lo to go, lads, this is a wig. And to take off the wig and be like, this is my real hair. She's never going to do that.
Yeah.
But that's what we want in the world.
Well, if anyone says to me, I'm looking well, I automatically have to tell them that I've had Profilo or I've had Botox. So I have to, because I feel like it would be disingenuous for me not to say something at that point.
But say you haven't had it in 6 months.
I'll still, but I'll tell them when I got it.
I got it
just in case there's a little,
just in case there's a little
bit still there. But I feel like if I didn't say something, it would be
what, you think it's
to
false?
Keep that info to myself.
You think it's false advertising?
Yeah. Do you not think?
I do think that I feel like you have to let people know this is the first layer and then there's the reality.
True.
Because it's lovely sometimes. And I do think that, when you go on the fakeness of social media, when it's real fake, oh my God, slay, oh my God, and all the Americanisms coming in.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is all bullshit. They haven't even seen it. It could be a picture of you with a broken toe. They're like, oh my God, slay queen, you look amazing.
Yeah,
no one's paying attention. They just know
yes!
Yes, with fire emojis. They've just seen you come up and they're not even looking. They're just like, dim, dim. They automatically do it. But sometimes you're like, sure, isn't that lovely?
Yeah.
Because then there's going to be 50 messages going, you're a turd sent from hell and I want to squash you. So
if you're going to look at
the
them,
superficiality can be all right.
I have to admit, hands up, I do love sending the old flame emoji. I felt like on Friday night I had a couple of drinks and I really needed the drink and I had a little blankie on my lap and I was just all settled. And I felt like letting people know, if anyone needs to know, flame emoji, get in touch, because sometimes on the stories with a couple of drinks, I'm flame emojing the bejesus out of everyone. I'm like, that's great for her. And she's literally just down the local with her mom and dad or something. You look amazing.
I love telling people when I'm drunk that they're fab.
So, how many times have you gone a night out and spent your whole time in the toilet just chatting to everyone? You look amazing. You needed this. You deserve this.
You look fab. You look amazing. Can I help you? Yeah. Do you need tampons? No.
He doesn't know where he's going with you. So what's her name? I don't know.
But
what her name is.
The women's toilet is just amazing.
Yes. And people, as well as the compliments though, people will tell you if, there's a strap hanging out or there's tissue on your shoe or, so those compliments I feel are real. Because they say, oh, your hair looks amazing, but hang on.
Yeah. Let me tuck that in.
Yeah.
The nip's out. Sort yourself out. When they help you to not look as bedraggled as you probably are.
Yeah, so those compliments I'll take on board. But there's very few compliments that I believe, because I don't know about you, but when I was growing up, I watched, especially my dad, give compliments to people and he'd bump into somebody he knew. I'd be like, Jesus, Mick, it's younger you're looking off. Well, you're looking great. And then he'd walk away from Mick and go, Jesus, Mick's in a bad way. Mick looking bad.
He's in rag order.
Yeah. I think it's the liver. Like he's absolutely...
So he decimated him straight away. Not only was he looking bad, but he was an alcoholic.
Yeah, no, but he'd be like, he'd be somebody who'd be like really, really sick. And he'd feel like to make them feel better when they probably knew they defo looked bad.
I wonder if I actually quite like that your dad did that. Because I don't think my dad is like that. My parents are not like that. They're from Kerry. You can't get a compliment out of them at all. Like I grew up with no compliments, so they're alien to me. Or if you got a compliment in our house, it was hard won. It was real.
Oh, really?
Oh my God. So absolutely.
So if your mom gave you a compliment, would you not kind of be like, oh, it's my mom?
Oh, nowadays, the other day I was like, oh, I've put on a bit of weight. No, you didn't like it. And I was like, oh my God. I had to go have a lie down. I was like, this is real.
But she wouldn't tell you if she thought you'd put on a bit of weight.
Yes.
Would she?
Oh my God. She spends her life talking about her daughters and weight. Yes. Absolutely, she'd tell you. Oh, gosh. So throw those jeans out, you're never going to fit into those again, are you? Yes. Compliments in our house are hard won. So when I got a compliment, I was like, oh my God, like I'd want to vomit. I wouldn't. My mother's coming off really badly on this podcast.
It's generational trauma. It's not her fault.
She's the nicest woman in the world. Oh yeah. There is no, there aren't, maybe it's a mid-Kerry. She's mid-Kerry and dad's South Kerry and they're probably much more complimentary. But my mom, they're hard won.
Well, I would say I would get compliments off them. But if I get an insult, it'd be a half insult, I'd take it to heart. Like my mom said to me the other week, she said, you're looking very pale. I'm like, okay, well, first of all, you had children with someone who looks like your cousin. That's not on me. Like as if, or like, my complexion. I'm transparent at best. Yeah. Why are you having a dig at me? Like
we're Irish.
That's on you. That's not my.
I'm Celtic Irish.
So when she said, this was like a couple of weeks ago. So I go home to say that. Guess what she said to me now. But when she compliments me, And she'd never bring up weight. I could literally have put on 4 stone and I'd be like, I think I've put on a bit of weight. Yeah, I think it suits you.
I don't know what that's like. That's alien to me. That is alien to me. Everything. Now, when she says I'm too thin, I'm like, I must be all right then.
Oh, well, yeah, she does do that, yeah.
When she says I'm too thin, that's like, okay, maybe I am a bit because she's, because she said this weekend, she's like, no, you're good now. You're good now.
So,
you're good now.
Old Fanta Pubes is a walk on Weight Watchers, basically.
You can't call her that. You cannot do that to her. I'm going to be murdered.
No.
I'm going to be murdered.
Hey, sister.
Stop it.
We're the same. I can slag her.
Yeah. As you keep on saying, it's definitely, I don't know if it's a Kerry thing. I'm sure there's lots of people out there who know that a compliment from their parents, it's hard won, and it's weird when you first got compliments. Like when you were, I was a tall child, and that was, when you were tall, it's like, God, you're fine and tall. And it's weird that it's a compliment. For some reason, it's seen as a compliment.
Yes.
And I was like, I'm not, my legs are probably going to fall off tomorrow.
I keep telling you you're tall and you're not even that tall.
I'm not that tall. It's just you're so small.
You're very tall. I think actually, when you say that now, compliments with kids, I think, are so strange. So say that I only had mine there the other week, and some people will be having them now. It's kind of like November time, the parent-teacher meetings.
Yeah.
So teachers will say about, they do it in code because they're so cautious to, make sure to be positive about all children, because obviously
you can't be negative anymore. You're not allowed to be like...
Everyone has different strengths and weaknesses, and we all have to go through school.
Whereas when we were in school, it was like, they're a dunce.
Exactly.
That's gone now.
Yeah. No, that's gone.
They're not. The dunce hat is gone. That's
it's about
good thing.
It's about trying to facilitate everyone and la. But they'll say things like, he's into everything. He's into everything. And what that means, if he hasn't got his finger up his nose, it's down his pants. That's what that means. He's into everything. It's all code.
You're making it sound like a sex test.
No, but kids.
Okay, sorry. I know.
If
children.
anyone who has little boys knows, it's just a constant struggle with the hands. And then they'll say things like, "Oh, he's so much energy." That means if he's not stimulated the whole time, he's going to upend the gaff.
Yeah, he's bouncing off the walls. Yeah. He's Spider-Man. He's climbing up into the roof.
Yeah, he's like half child, half Jack Russell. That's who he is.
Gotcha.
And then things like, his handwriting has really improved. That means that he is like hieroglyphics beforehand. Do you know what I mean? Like he was just one of those kids. So it's all, teachers are really good at that. And I think especially when people talk about kids like that, he's very tall. It's just weird the way people compliment kids about
I suppose it's just trying to find something.
That's it's an awkward moment of trying to find something to say about the kid.
But that's a skill that teachers have to learn.
Oh, they're really, really good at it.
I'm assuming that they're in the staff room going, what the hell am I going to say about this lunatic?
Oh, yes. If they kind of do this thing of like, oh, he's getting on great and kind of, oh, he's settling in great. That is them in that moment panicking to try and remember which kid is this. Because there's so many kids. If you think of like junior infants, say 30 kids, and they're meeting you in November.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to draw a blank once or twice.
Oh, yeah.
So if you get a vague compliments, they don't know who your kid is. They've no idea.
Yeah. My father had that once at a parent-teacher meeting. And he came back and he was like, your geography teacher has no idea who you are. I think it was in first year. I was like, I don't know if I've been to geography.
Oh, you?
No, I was, but he didn't. He made it his mission after that to find out who I was.
Okay. Because
then he knew who I was for the rest of my life.
Right.
But you are so right about the vagueness. They haven't a notion. They can't remember every kid.
They can't. And I still see old teachers now around the place and I wave at them like as if they should know who I am. Like they taught me when I was 8. I'm like, hey, Miss Healy, how's it going?
And you're going like, Profilo, I look the same.
Yeah, it's me. I'm the same height. It's me. How's it going?
Hold on. Let me go into my first communion stance.
Yeah.
So you just do the pose. And they're like, Emma Dore, that's the one. Me. How could they forget you, fiery redhead? Isn't that the thing? What do you make of people? Because I find it interesting, like say you're on a night out and you do say to someone, that's God, I really like, and you do like their outfit and they're like, thanks. And they don't say anything about you. Now, those people are Americans. Like, I'm just like, that's American confidence.
Sometimes I think.
I'm afraid of those people.
Yeah, I think sometimes the whole, hit back compliment is a bit too much.
I get that. So
I don't like that. But if I tell you that if I really hone in on something that you're wearing, like I like your top, I like your shoes, you have to tell me where you got them and inform me.
That's it.
I don't need anything back. But if I'm really like, I love that top. You can't just say thanks. You need to tell me, even if it was done 3 years ago.
But that's my thing. Even I couldn't agree with you more. You have to say where it's from, even if you're not returning a compliment, because I don't think that we should have to do that. The returning of the compliment.
No.
But saying where it's from.
Yes.
And being like, oh, this is where it's from. And having no shame about whether it's expensive, cheap, got a hole in it, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. We need you're looking for info then at that point, aren't you?
I'm finding a lot of people who are getting stuff on like Depop and Vestiaire, or if they get it in St. Vincent de Paul, they're lashing that out straight away. That is got it St. Vincent de Paul. Straight away. Before you even say it, they can see you're looking at the top, they're like St. Vincent de Paul.
Now, look.
I love it. They're spreading the message.
I am all for the sustainability.
Are you?
Don't be telling me your whole wardrobe is sustainable. You're getting the nicks. You're getting them in Duns and Pennies. Come on.
Okay.
I'm not getting ethical
You're not
knickers.
Advocating for sustainable knickers, are you?
No, well, I'm just saying, but
please don't advocate for sustainable knickers.
No.
Those skid marks need to be thrown out, my friends.
No, but I mean the ethically whatever knickers that cost 50 quid.
Oh, yeah, the ethically sourced.
I'm not doing, no. Did I tell you, will I tell you about Aisling B?
What?
Right, Aisling B, okay. I'm at Ivy Gardens, okay, and I need a pad.
Okay.
Well, I need a tampon, but
You'll take what you can get.
You ask for a pad first, kind of, don't you?
No.
Do you not?
You ask for a pad, like a big granny features.
No, I just said, I think I just said, you know the way you can't say the word.
The universal sign of distress. Yeah. Do you have? Yeah.
I know, no, like men can't hear, only women and dogs are like,
absolutely.
What? And I went up to her and I was like, oh, yeah, do you have Aisling? And she was like, no, I don't. And I was like, okay, someone spent too much time in England. I was like, what? But then she said, no, she doesn't use them, that she uses these sustainable, I'm just looking at your face, pad knickers. You know, these ones that you wash after every time you use them. So you wear it all day.
It absorbs everything.
It absorbs everything.
You wear them all day.
Yeah, like you would a regular pair of knickers. You're not wearing your knickers all day. Yeah, you wear them all day. And then you wash them at the end of the day. So it's totally sustainable, ethical, good for the environment, no waste, no whatever, no plastic.
What wash are you putting them in? I'm trying to are you putting them in at 90 degrees? Are you only putting them in one thing at a time? Are you putting them in with jeans? I can't. Oh, sorry, my brain has gone down now a rabbit hole there.
But I was just like, I'm just looking at Aisling B, who has a few quid now and is quite successful. And I was like, Aisling, are you telling me that Mike E is meant to be responsible for climate change now? I was like, I think I'm going to treat myself to an old tampon now and again. I'm hurtling towards the menopause. I'm not going to start getting into saving the world with Mike E now. Like,
so all of a sudden it's our fault again?
Is that what? I've got to be sustainable with my hoe. I've had 2 kids, Aisling. It's sustainable enough. The fact that it's still intact is a miracle. Can't sell that on Depop. No one wants that.
They reuse the shoot 3 times. Come on, give me a second. Oh,
do you know what I mean? So like, to a point, I'll be sustainable with the clothes. But like, let me have a tampon. Aisling B.
I'm I'm going to be with you on that one. Yeah. I think that you're allowed to have, and did you splash out on a tampon the next day? Were you like, I'm going to get myself some Super
but I was just
Plus?
kind of like, so she was of no help to me. I was on stage in 10 minutes. I was like, so you want me to like just free bleed on stage? Thanks. Cheers. So I think I found one. I think I had to ask one of the lads and he asked his wife or something. I was like, great.
Great. Thanks. Okay. You have to.
It's a woman. It's a woman with a plastic applicator. Fantastic. Thank you. Because I'll have the applicator as well.
Okay, this is
no compliments for Aisling on her sustainability from me.
That's a brand new level of compliment. Sustainable periods. Well done.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's too much now. I can't be dealing with that. And I don't think I'm giving anyone a compliment and they're sustainable.
No.
Sustainable. Is there even a backhanded compliment in there? No, was she giving you a back? No, there's nothing. There's nothing. It's too much.
Yeah, is there
it's too much.
Is there a thing where you say to somebody that because you can't force yourself to give a compliment, but you say something? Do they people go, oh, very good? So that kind of thing when people can't.
Sort of passive aggressive. Yeah, I don't want to engage with you. I don't think that this is awful. Like, what do you do?
Oh, very good.
About babies?
About babies
who are not cute. You say they're cute.
You say they're cute.
I mean, come on, they're only a baby. Everyone comes out looking like an 80-year-old man.
Oh, they're all so deformed and weird when they come out, and they got like the cone, like the cone head.
Yeah, that's the first few days. But when you're in like a week or when you're able to visit the baby.
Oh yes,
yeah, because they're all going to turn cute. They
will. Some of them just take a while for the faces to settle out. I think because I've seen two like very attractive people have a baby together, and the baby wasn't cute until it was about 2.
Yeah, that always blows the mind.
Just had a lot of face, you know what I mean? And then the face kind of just, I don't know.
It grew into itself.
Yeah, the head caught up. But you can't say that when someone is still wearing the maternity pads. You can't say, hopefully the face will catch up with itself.
When she's wearing her sustainable maternity pants, throwing them in the wash, Aisling will be proud of her. But you can't be saying your baby's ugly. I had a friend who didn't want to have a baby. She has had one since, but she didn't want to have a baby because she was terrified that she would find it ugly.
Really?
Yeah, she was genuinely going.
That was a big fear.
Yeah. She's like, what if I think my baby is completely ugly? And she's not really a superficial person, but she was like, what if I just, bit of a minger? And I love the way I'm looking at you. That never entered your head.
No.
That you would think that your baby was a minger.
No, but the more thing people were worried about when they were saying to me about kids is just like what would happen to them. No one has ever said to me they were worried about what the kid would look like.
Oh, God.
They were only worried about themselves.
I don't think she's alone. So they were worried about what would happen to them.
Is there a fella no-go? Did she marry for cash? Is that what you're saying?
No. Very attractive man.
Okay.
And she's beautiful.
Sure.
But it's...
Because that's when it gets touchy. You can marry him for the cash. But then if you go to have kids, it's like, okay. It's a bit of a gamble, isn't it? You're like,
you gotta let your genes win out, my friend.
I hooked up with a painter decorator and I'm fine with that. There's no cash. But
he's sweet. God, yeah. She did the face, guys.
Yeah, sorry.
Face. It's like she's reading and watching Bridgerton and Jilly Cooper at the same time. That's the face that she just made. Face. Backhanded compliments.
Ooh,
backhanded compliments. I think are the greatest thing ever. I'm not good at them. I don't think I'm good at them.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be given backhanded compliments. But people who can just lash out the backhand, I think that they're a law unto themselves. They've got the most confidence of any people in the entire world. Like, isn't it one that I find is rife in your community?
Yeah.
In the having the children community.
Okay, yeah.
Isn't it great you can make some time for yourself? Isn't it great? From another mother. Isn't it great?
Wish I had the time.
Yeah, wish I had the time. So me with my kids, I don't have the time because I'm always minding my children. When I hear mothers lash that one out, I want to hide behind a couch. Because if I was a mother who was getting that, I'd be like, so my fella's off playing golf 17 times a week.
Yeah.
But because I ran down to buy myself some tampons in Centra, you're like, wish I had the time. Great to have the time, isn't it? Great to have a bit of time there. That is the most vicious compliment in the motherhood community.
It's
backhanded compliment.
Yeah. It's it's bad.
Yeah. Do you ever lash it out? Or have you received it?
I have. Have I? I'm sure I've received it. I've probably received it, to be honest. I've probably received it from my own mother. We're really digging into the math. Like both of us are
What are we calling her?
maths,
7-Up pubes? What's going on?
really close to them. But she was just like, oh, like back in our day, you know, you wouldn't have had any disposable income for yourself or whatever, or da, 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 da. And I'm like, well, anyway.
But that's kind of a lie, isn't it? Considering that nowadays...
Oh, she smoked 20 a day.
We're spending
20 a day.
75% of our income is going on our mortgage or our rent. So it's
Yeah.
like, no, no. Yeah, you definitely did have.
I think it's just, the backhanded compliment, it is just a bit of, it's kind of all about a bit of envy, isn't it? Or it's about that person. It's about them. It's not about you.
Well, like, you know, when someone's like, they're looking at you and they're like, just love that you don't care.
But people say that to me all the time.
I just love that you don't care. And it's a backhanded compliment. It's like, this one has no social mores. She hasn't, like, that is. And they're looking at you going, I love that. I'd never be able to get away with that. Love that you don't care.
Now, that one I hear, or I get the, you don't get stressed.
You don't get stressed.
You're so chilled. You don't get stressed. I'm like, I do. It's just in a ball in my stomach, neatly hidden. I'm not going to like put it onto you. I'm dying inside.
I've 17 hemorrhoids right at this very moment.
Let me just try and pop that one back in. Because that's what they say. They say you should try and pop it back in if you can.
What?
Yeah.
Sorry, before we started, we had a whole conversation about hemorrhoids.
No, let's not go into that.
Yeah, as someone who's never had one, apparently. There's my compliment to myself.
Well, yeah, you've never had it. Oh, it's great. You've never had a hemorrhoid. Wish I could be that lucky.
Puke. How about something like, a friend of mine has gotten this a few times. You are so pretty. I just don't get why you're single. So in other words, she's got the personality of a Ford Fiesta.
This whole thing of I don't know why you're single thing is just, it just makes me puke.
Puke. Have you seen what's out there? But
it's such a loaded question as well.
Yeah.
You don't know anything about that person's history. You don't know what went on before. You know nothing about them. It just makes me puke when I hear that.
It's everything that is wrong. It's all of the judgment in the entire world. But it's judgment,
isn't it? It's nosiness.
But it is kind of going, it's your personality. It's saying to your face, it's your personality. Like, you've got to know it's you. You're just a bit much. Or you're not enough.
Yeah.
And it really hits the soul. And if all you care about is your looks, great, fantastic, that's great. Well, most people do care about their personalities.
They do, yeah.
But that's someone just going, so pretty. Don't know why you're single. It's very loaded.
It's just, it's not. I don't like it at all.
It's very loaded.
Do you get stuff now being on tele every day?
Being on tele?
Yeah.
About what?
About like compliments. Do you ever read online?
There was one, I remember this when I first started on radio. Muireann has a lovely accent. You'd never know she was from Limerick.
Oh, that's nice.
Is it? Most people from Limerick sound like this. Now, a lot of people from Limerick sound like this as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know that. The blind boy accent, as most people would know. There was one recently at a funeral. Did I mention that?
No.
There was one recently at a funeral and going, oh my God, you're so much fatter on TV. I wouldn't have recognised you. I was like, I'm at a funeral. Is this happening? I'm at a funeral. You're so much fatter on TV. Wouldn't have recognised you. It's you. You're off the telly. So much fatter on TV. Wouldn't have recognised you.
Wow.
Yeah. What do you say to that? I just go, oh, thanks.
It's
a weird one to, like, it's like, oh.
That's such a backhanded compliment.
It happens a few times. It happens a few times. It happens a lot.
About what they think that you will look like in real life.
That I look fatter on TV than I do in real life or something.
Lovely.
Yeah, it's really nice. And it just makes me think, as someone who isn't big, like neither of us are bigger.
No.
What it must be like for people who are. Like talking to friends and it's like just a nightmare.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare. And people think that you're public property if you're a little bit bigger and that they can comment on you whatever way you
I
want.
just commenting on people's weight.
Ugh, get over it. Has to stop.
Doesn't it?
Stop. And it's always with women.
Yeah.
And especially, I think one of the worst ones is, and I'm sorry to say this, it does come from men an awful lot. You're so much better without makeup. Blech. 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 Not wearing makeup for you, my friend. Got nothing to do with you. You don't own this.
So annoying, isn't it?
So annoying. And the way they're I'm like, this is a multi-billion euro industry that women adore, and men.
Yeah.
And non-binary, whatever. But they're so much nicer without makeup. It's like, you don't know me. Please go away. That really kills me.
It's just puke, Phil, isn't it?
But why do you think I care what you think about me
I
without
know.
makeup?
I know.
I don't care. I really don't. I rarely wear makeup.
I know,
on
like
telly, but-
Mick7652.
Yeah.
I was gonna get my makeup done, but I think I better check in with Mick to see.
Is this okay? These eyelashes okay with you, Mick? What do you think about the brows? Got to draw them in today. Why do you think I care? Put on a bit of makeup, Mick. Put on a bit of makeup. Get some joy in your life, Mick. There's something good there.
So annoying.
That is one of the worst. Our faces just lost it.
Sorry,
there. I want to rip my face off.
Yeah, I know. I just kick each other out. I do think sometimes, like what that thing of why you're single or whatever, sometimes compliments are given in a sneaky kind of way to try and get information. So when I had Ella, I used to get a lot of the time, you're far too young to be her mom.
So it was a raised question mark at the
Yeah,
mom?
Yeah, to find out.
Are you
What's going on there?
Yeah.
So like now I was 18 when I had her. So for now, not so much now. I mean, the odd time when you tell people the maths, they're like, oh God, she must have been young or whatever. And I'm like, yeah.
My mother's obsessed with the age that you had Ella at. Like she loves it. She thinks it's one of her favorite stories.
But people want to know. So I had to just start telling people the whole story very early on because they just wanted to know. So when they gave me the compliment, or they'd say things like, oh, you're so close, you're just like sisters.
The eyebrows. They're waiting for you. And you're
to
like,
fill in.
They're not going to breathe until I tell them, oh no, I'm her mom.
Yeah. And I have to tell them the whole story. Yeah, I got pregnant. No, I'm not with him. Yeah, he lives in Wexford. Yeah, no.
Oh, you have to do the whole story.
Have to do the whole story. Because then what people say is they usually will say something like, what happened to my cousin? Or, like they'll pick somebody they know that had an unplanned pregnancy as a teenager, or a girl I went to school with got pregnant as well. I'm like, yeah, a lot of people, a lot of places getting pregnant. Yeah.
Diana was very young when she got pregnant, wasn't she? Diana. Diana was very young. 17 when she was with Charles. Do you know what I mean?
Was she?
Yes.
I didn't know she was
16 when they met. Yeah. Sorry, that just popped into my head.
But I think, sometimes there's a difference between nosiness and curiosity.
Because I think I would have been one of those people had I met you at that age.
Curious.
Very curious.
Yeah.
But I think I probably would have just said, is it your sister or your daughter? Probably wouldn't have been able to hold it in.
Yeah. But sometimes a compliment can get you into a conversation. Like you were saying about kind of meeting somebody at something, showing them an old compliment.
She's the image of you. Oh my God.
Showing an old compliment and then, because it's that thing, you don't want to leave the dead air.
So next time you see a teen, and you think that that's her baby.
Yeah.
Jeez, she's the image of you. And she's like, I'm just her babysitter. I have no idea. You blind idiot.
But I think as well, it's why Irish people do this thing of, so sometimes a compliment can be fishing for info. And I think that's why Irish people have all these sayings, all the sayings that mean nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure, this is it. Oh, that's because they're saying something without giving you any information.
It's complete and that can go on for 5 minutes because someone's going to give something up. There is the weirdest compliment I've ever had in my life.
Okay.
That I remember to my core. I will remember until the day I die. It is the proudest thing that's ever happened to me, bar my mother giving me any sort of a compliment. And I thought I might have been the only person in the world to ever get this compliment.
Oh, yeah.
And I put this up on Instagram last night saying, what's your weird compliment? Your backhanded compliment, whatever. Seeing if people get in contact. And one other person had this compliment and I am absolutely raging. But I was told, oh my God, you've got a lovely cervix.
I mean, the best. I assume this was a smear.
This was at my smear.
Yeah.
This was a German nurse.
Okay, phew.
At
First
my
of all.
smear test during lockdown. So you were taking anything that could come your way. She was like, you Irish girls, what was going on? I'm German. You're basically naked down there. I was like, oh my God. And during lockdown, oh my God, that was compliment number one.
Yes,
ding dong.
tick.
And then she was like, oh my God, your cervix is so straight. Like a little kink at the end, but like a slide for a baby. I was just like, I love you.
I mean, it's just music to your ears.
What do you think of that? Like, I was straight onto the housemate going, babe.
Put a bottle in the fridge.
I had to tell you, I was like, I'm coming home and we're celebrating. I was like, did you know? And he was like, I don't know how to answer that question.
It's just, I didn't get that one, but I did get everything looks lovely down there. And I was like, are we dating?
Who said that?
The lady doing my smear.
Oh,
well, the nurse. Well, I assume we even called her a lady, like as if sold his real car.
So hold on now. Does it
lovely
turn
down there.
out that it's just because we don't talk about getting compliments at our smears that everyone gets a compliment at their smear? Cassie?
Smear.
No.
Oh, okay, Cassie hasn't got
No.
Emma and I just...
I mean, that was a nipple one.
That was a nipple tweaker.
Everything looks lovely down there. Yes.
I mean...
Is it tight? Is it?
I was asking...
Can you not get it out? It's so tight. Oh my God. Scarlet. Oh my God.
Oh, so it just has to... The speculum has to stay up there forever because it's so good.
Oh, have I got the teeniest, tiniest vagina you've ever seen in your life? Oh my God. Thank you.
Oh my God, that's amazing. And then do you have to say, but 3 babies? To be like,
She
how
knows.
amazing.
She knows.
She knows.
She knows. She could say.
So I was asking some people online about their weird compliments or nice compliments or whatever it is. And someone said, I'm not going to say anyone's name,
Okay.
but your eyes are brighter than the headlights of a John Deere tractor. You being from Dublin, can you work that out now? Is that double Dutch?
What? Well, it's bright eyes, but it sounds like you've been on hallucinogenics, no? Is that not like, don't go into the house, mom and dad are home? Yeah. That's what that says to me, no?
I'm going to throw these at you and you're going to interpret them.
Is
Right?
that a chat-up line?
So this is one I totally get.
Okay.
Have you had Botox? Someone said, and she's like, I'm delighted when people say that to me.
Oh yeah, and actually, when you get Botox, people think you have had your eyebrows done. People say, "Oh, your eyebrows look lovely." You're like, Botox.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Or maybe they're just fishing for info. I don't know.
Oh, your eyebrows look nice, and then you have to say,
I got Botox. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
That's something that I didn't realize. I like that a lot. There's a really just nice one here. My hair is growing back post chemo. Extremely curly girl in my local coffee shop asked me where I got it styled. And I told her about the chemo and she just said, it is absolutely fab. Isn't that lovely?
That is lovely. But again, gave her loads of information. You see?
I don't think she was fishing for that information.
Was she not?
No, I don't think she was fishing. Come here. Were you a cancer patient?
Okay, maybe not.
I don't think
Sorry,
she was.
coffee shop girl. That was really nice.
That was really nice. How about this one? This is a weird one.
Okay.
Great armpits. Very smooth.
Great armpits, very smooth.
Someone complimented their armpits.
Oh, that's creepy. I need to know context of that. If it was like your co-worker, you'd be like, I need a fucking transfer immediately.
So what if it was
Imagine like during the
what if it was-
summer, you know, the awkward thing of like wearing summer clothes and work like for the 2 weeks, it's nice. You've got really smooth armpits. I was just like, fuck off.
But again, they could have been,
it'd be fine.
but they could have been fishing, being like, I wonder if they've had Botox to stop the sweat
Oh yeah, in the pits.
or had laser done. You're right. A lot of this is fishing.
It's fishing.
The armpits one is weird.
That's weird.
This is one where you need to report someone.
Okay.
I have a shed in my garden I'd love to have you locked up in. This was a woman flying to the UK beside me. She said that to a fella. You need to ring the police. Ring
As an opener.
as an opener. Are you ready for another one?
It's disgusting. Okay,
Yeah, this is all very, it puts the lotion on its skin. A man on the Lewis. You have lovely teeth. I'd love to pull them out while smiling.
That's a report. Report him straight away.
How
Pull
about-
them out.
Yeah. And he smiled at her. He had lovely teeth. I'd love to pull them out.
Oh, disgusting.
Call the guards. How about this one? You dance so well for a fat girl. Knock him out.
Whenever a compliment is something for a whatever, you're good looking for a ginger or whatever.
There's a lot of that in here. Got a lot of those from people. Oh my God, I thought all gingers were meant to be lovely. I thought all gingers were meant to be ugly. You're not.
Or I look well for someone who's had kids. Like, what do you think people are doing, having kids in bushes and just like crawling their way out like or something afterwards?
You know Giselle has had kids, right?
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. It's like, I feel like it's just them saying it all looks great on the surface, but like you've got a massive bucket fanny, like great for you for dealing with it. That's how I interpret that compliment. Like it's all smoke and mirrors, do you know what I mean? We know you're in a hack under there.
Yeah, but you think that they're trying to find out if you had a cesarean?
Maybe they are, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I didn't.
Just leave it there. My husband's uncle said to him he had a great catering department. My husband's uncle was talking about me.
Oh.
I'd never let him in the house again.
I'd punch him square in the face repeatedly.
Oh, awful. I would, that's...
But it's cringy. It's you know what I mean?
It's
There's
so
misogyny
Benny Hill.
and yeah. It's not even trying. It's just like...
You're just so yourself.
Ooh, bit backhanded.
That's someone who's independent. You're very independent. You're a free spirit.
It's backhanded, isn't it?
Backhanded, yeah. How about this? You've lost weight. You're not that much bigger than me now.
That has to be within family. There has to be more context there. If it's a friend, it's a frenemy, I think, isn't it?
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Or do you think it's a friend who's like won't lend clothes and they're like, oh, you're not that much bigger now. You can wear my jeans. I don't know.
It's bad though, isn't it?
Well, I'm just wondering. I like your weird nose. It reminds me of my ex-girlfriend. Who are these people? I want to throw this.
Like on dates.
Yeah, I think so. I was on a date. Why bring up the ex-girlfriend?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, fuck the nose. That's what I'm thinking of straight away.
Oh yeah, don't care about the nose.
Yeah.
I'm like,
why are you bringing up your ex?
But then you do already go, do you have a nose proclivity? Did you seek out this nose online? Like, do you have a picture of your ex-Mrs.'s nose blown up on your wall?
Yeah, is he?
Now, how about this one?
Okay.
You're a great kisser. You keep that forever.
Oh, perfect. Sorry, I was waiting for the book there of how the person was going to ruin it.
I remember the first time I was told I was a great, probably the only time I've been told I was a great kisser, and it's still, it was the best thing that ever happened. It was so amazing.
A little compliment there now. It's fantastic.
I genuinely thought I was in love with the person after they said that.
There's
a tip.
Yeah.
Just even if they're not a good kisser, they will get better.
It's you know what, a compliment like that is very powerful, because I even find myself, do you do this now at home? If Shane does something in the house, I'll be like, oh, that's great. That's really, really good.
What?
Like anything.
If he does something.
If he cleans the kitchen or whatever, I was like, God, you did an amazing job. Jesus, fair play to you.
Is that because he never cleans the kitchen?
No, it's not that he never, but I want to give positive reinforcement on any behaviour like that.
Oh, okay. But why?
Because...
You want him to keep on doing it?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you don't compliment...
it's not that thing of... He will do it. But it's like as if I'm making it... I'm basically saying, I really like when you do that stuff. He doesn't care if I clean.
Okay.
But I love when he cleans.
Oh, yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
But why do you have to give positive reinforcement? It's just something that he does.
No, it just helps.
You think it helps?
I think it helps.
Do you?
Yes.
Because obviously there's
but
enough...
if I do something that he likes, he'll give me positive reinforcement.
In other words, if you do anything.
Huh?
If I do anything, he's like, oh my God, babe, well done.
Yeah, but...
That's great.
But isn't that... Yeah, totally.
It is, but because there's been so many role reversals in life, I think there's a lot of role reversals.
No, like he makes all the dinners.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's not that kind of thing. I just love when other people clean in the house.
Oh, yeah, because cleaning is the worst.
Yeah.
Like
like a fella cleans, I'm just like, that's amazing.
When my mom went back to work, she got a cleaner. And I was like, this is the best thing you've ever done. because she was back at work.
Yes.
And like it is the job of a person who stays at home to do all that. It's a job. It's a cleaning job.
Yeah.
And then, of course, she did the usual Irish thing of having to clean the house before the cleaner came in, which is like, what's the point? So we had to get rid of the cleaner because I was like, well, now you're ruining the economy because you have to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I do think it's weird, but I also think there's this weird thing. Oh, I can't do it as well as you, babe.
Oh, well, no, that's not allowed to be ordered in the house at all.
Okay.
No.
But
no.
can't do it as well as you, babe.
No.
A lot of that happens with dishwashers, I think. Can't do it as well as you,
No,
babe.
I never reload after anybody else or anything like that. No.
It's good to go.
Yeah.
What if you were told you're actually really nice once you get to know you? That's a good compliment. Like, obviously, you're coming off like an ice queen before that.
Yeah. I could have heard that a few times, yeah.
Tell me you haven't.
I have, defo. Yeah.
Did you hear it from Aisling B? And then when you said my period isn't the problem with climate change, she was actually she is a bit of an asshole.
Sorry. No, I've definitely heard it from people I'm so nice. Actually, in fairness, they haven't said I'm so nice. They've just said that before they met me, they thought I was going to be a massive bitch. And then they were like, you're actually okay.
Is it
because I do have a resting bitch face?
Well, you always have a vape in your mouth as well. And you look really young, Profilo and Botox, great eyebrows.
Thank you.
And you wear puffas as though you're a 17-year-old. So
delayed development.
And you have all the big shoes. So is it just that you look like a youth?
No, I think it's just because I'm one of those people where I won't don't know. What am I looking for here? I won't hug people if I don't know them. I wouldn't be like showbiz lovey like that. You know, there's some people are great at going up to people they don't know as an introduction.
That's not showbiz lovey. That's just if you're touchy-feely.
No, but I'm not going to hug somebody as an introduction.
Okay.
No.
Standoffish.
Yeah, maybe a little standoffish.
Do you like your Are you standoffish? There's nothing wrong with that.
Maybe, yeah.
Whereas
if
I'm like, get in here to my bosom,
that's
baby.
That's why I love it, you see, because if somebody else is like that and it feels authentic, then I'm all over it. But if I'm not going to initiate hugging with someone I don't know.
Okay, that's good to know.
I'm not going to meet someone for the first time.
We hug a lot.
But you're a hugger and it's authentic, so it's fine. If people are huggers, and I'm a tactile person, but if I'm meeting somebody for the first time, they're going in for the hug. Now, you have to remember, most people I'm meeting for the first time are comedians as well.
Oh, yeah.
So that's...
You don't want to be hugging a comedian.
No. Not first off.
Hello, all comedians. We love you.
They know the score. They're not hugging me. I'm not hugging them. It's all good. It's fine.
We're all professional. Yeah. I've got my vape. It can knock you out.
Yeah, they know. They know the score.
This is one of the nicest things I've ever heard. A stranger clapped after I parallel parked in a tiny space. Finally, the recognition I deserved. I want to clap at you now as well.
That's nice.
That's amazing.
But what was the tone of the clap?
Oh, she seems very, there's lots of, there's smiley faces after it.
Okay, it wasn't a patronising clap.
No, she's really nice. And we have to, but how about this one? I might leave you with this one.
Yeah. Okay.
Myself and my boyfriend at the time decided to Google ourselves. My results came back with a website called thankyourwank.com and a picture of me with my full name. Mortified, I contacted the company who responded with, take it as a compliment.
What type of picture?
It set up I doubt it was. I think it was just probably her in a top.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, when you see boobs at the top of a top.
Yeah.
I'd say it was just a normal one. You look like you've lost the ability to speak. And am I going to go Google thankyourwank.com?
No.
Yes, I am. You? Absolutely, I'm Googling thankyourwank. I want to see if I want to see if that's real.
Let's see if you're there.
Oh, I do not want to.
Do you take the videos on YouTube of you in leathers as compliments?
No, I don't. And we're not going...
The cutter every time you open your mouth to speak.
No, it can only be when she's in leathers.
Yeah.
And we'll speak about that a different day, I think.
Another day.
Yeah, there's been lots. So compliments, great thing, hard to take.
They're
tough. It's a minefield.
For the most part, I think good intentioned. Sometimes fishing for something, but I mean, that's the human condition, isn't it?
And just remember, there's no better compliment than parallel parking and your cervix.
Your cervix,
There's parallel parking in your cervix.
Yeah. Parallel parking in your cervix. Hello. Okay, yeah. Beautiful. And another thing?
Are we done?
I think so. Yeah.
I've been Muireann O'Connell.
I've been Emma Doran.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.